were not really understanding the idea behind it. That's when I thought there has to be a better way. So I started exploring some digital tool. Next time, instead of only drawing the curve on the board, I showed it with an interactive tool. The moment the curve started moving, the changes become visible step by step, and I could see their eyes light up. Did you know over 70% of the economics in our syllabus depends on the graph? Imagine if we could make every graph dynamic instead of static. That's why today's session is about teaching tools for economics. We will explore how digital tools can transform our classrooms, making economics more visual, interactive, and student-friendly. My PPT is not visible. Anyone can?
PPT is visible, but it's not moving.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, it is fine now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Teaching tools today are more than just supporting aids. They are essential in creating an engaging classroom. Tools simplify the abstract concept of the economics. It enhances the student engagement through interactive graphs, simulations, and games, makes learning more interesting. It connects with the theory with the real life, facilitates collaborative learning, and save our time and effort. We are witnessing a paradigm shift in education from traditional chalk and talk approach. We are moving toward interactive and dynamic learning environments. With the tools, students are not just hearing about the demand and supply, they are watching the curves move, experimenting with values, and analyzing outcomes instantly. This prepares them not only for the exams, but for understanding how economics operates in his real life. When we say comprehensive teaching tools, we mean platforms that support all aspects of economics teaching, like as explaining theories, demonstrating the graphs, allowing the practices and understanding. We see many of the tools which we have, we can use in our subjects. Mainly GeoGebra, Desmos, Google Sheets, Tableau Public, Plotly, Trade, R, Python, Symbolab, Econ Edlink. These tools are available, and these tools are free, and some of the tools are paid version. These tools are mainly made for mathematics, but it can be used in the economics subject. Now, in this my presentation, I will discuss about what is GeoGebra, why use it in economics, and how to use GeoGebra, and question answer and wrap up. What is GeoGebra? GeoGebra is free, interactive, and dynamic software designed for the mathematics, but its application extends far beyond. It combines the geometry, algebra, calculus, statistics in a single platform. This integration makes it extremely useful for economics, where we often rely on the mathematical graphs and equations. Why choose GeoGebra for economics? Economics is a graph-intensive subject. Think about the law of variable proportion or diminishing returns, market equilibrium, demand and supply, cost and revenue functions, All of these rely heavily on graphical representation. GeoGebra makes drawing and understanding these graphs faster and more accurate than doing them by hand. We can easily draw the total product, average product, and marginal product. This shows how adding more workers or inputs first increases the output, but after a point, extra input adds less and less output. Students can actually see the diminishing returns happen on the screen. Demand and supply curves can be drawn together. GeoGebra automatically finds the intersections point, which is the equilibrium between the price and the quantity. If demand or supply fit the curve, then students can show how equilibrium changes instantly. GeoGebra can also explain concepts like consumer equilibrium with indifference curve and budget lines. In economics, consumer equilibrium is where a person gets the most satisfaction from their money. We can draw indifference curve and budget lines together. Students can see the exact point where the consumer is happiest, that is most satisfaction of the commodity. Draw demand and supply curve. You can type equation or use instead of taking time with rulers and pencils. And you can set the sliders in GeoGebra and neat, accurate the curve. GeoGebra to generate neat and accurate curve. This saves class time and reduces the students' confusion. GeoGebra displays the total cost, revenue cost, and marginal cost, and average cost, etc. on one graph. The student can clearly compare them and identify the break-even points, profit regions, or loss areas. GeoGebra is 100% free. Works on phones, laptops, or tablets, and doesn't need expensive software. Even teachers and students in rural or resource-limited schools can also use it. It is simple enough to learn with a few tries. GeoGebra was created to help students gain a better understanding of the economics. We can use it for active and problem-oriented teaching learning process. Ready-to-use applets are also available. Teachers and students can build animation and simulation. Now, availability of GeoGebra, how we can use the GeoGebra. You can see the slide. You have 3 GeoGebra links in the slide. First one is www.geogebra.org. If you enter the Google and type it geogebra.org, and directly you can use it online. And GeoGebra old version is Classic 5 and newest version is Classic 6. And also you can download the geogebra.org. You can click the geogebra.org. You can see interface is visible. GeoGebra interface is visible.
No, sir, it is not visible.
Okay. Now, GeoGebra interface is visible?
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay. You can see this. All download option is here. You can download it and use it. You can check it. Here is the download link: Android, iPhone and tablets, iPhone and iPad, Windows and desktop, Mac Store, Mac Portable, Chromebooks, and so on. You can download. Whichever devices you have, you can download it and practice the GeoGebra tool. You can also use the online mode. Just you can click the first link, or you can type in Google Chrome, or you can Chrome any other. You can see this GeoGebra resources. You can see the interface of the GeoGebra. This is visible. GeoGebra interface is visible. Okay. Here is the resources. You can click here and you can see the verticals of the GeoGebra. You can explore the GeoGebra here. You can click number sense. Then you can see this. And you can explore any verticals, coordinates, decimal, exponents, factors, and multiple fractions. Here, millions of resources are available on mathematics, but limited resources are available in economics. You can type GeoGebra and economics. Then you can just you type the GeoGebra and economics. GeoGebra and economics. Then you can see some of the resources are available. You can see GeoGebra and economics, economics with calculus. You can see it. One of the teachers are created: microeconomics concept, macroeconomics concept, and so on. But now the question comes: how we can create our own resources on GeoGebra? That's why I'm demonstrating the we can create our resources. We can create our resources to click the calculator and go to the calculator suite. You can see the GeoGebra calculator suite interface. Visible? Visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Now, you have main menu. You can click. Then you have many options. You can create your work and save it online, save your computer, share to your students, export, download, and so on. You can change your language. Here is the language setting. You can see it right corner of the top. You can see it. Language is here. You can click it. Then GeoGebra is also available in Hindi, German, and so on, Kannada, and so on. Is तरीके different languages are used in GeoGebra. Now, these are the tools where we can see it. When we can click the algebra, then you can see it, the input functions, where we can click it, expression, text, image. We can use it. You can click the tools, then you can see the basic tools of the GeoGebra. You can select the point, You can select the slider, you can select the intersect, you can select the lines, you can select the parallel lines, and you can also select the uh, other tools as for checkbox, freehand. Just one thing, you can see this. I want to draw a sphere, freehand. You can use it. I want to draw a circle. I want to draw a triangle. Also, you can delete it. You can select the delete button. Yeah, you can also undo. You can do it. Now, we have to demonstrate the concept of economics. I want to draw the demand function. Then we have to put the expression and we have to type it. You can type and or you can also select the key button. You can type here function. You can also practice along with me because no need to download. Just you have to go Google and type it geogebra.org and work along with me. Fx is equal to, suppose, 100 minus 5 ax. You can see you can select zoom to fit. You can see the graph is visible. You can also set the axis. You can click the setting. You can see the basic. You can change the x-axis value 0 to, I want to select the 0 to 10. Also, I change the y-axis 0 to 50. You can change the slider, change the value 1 to 5, or you can select the 1 to 10. Say, visible, our demand function looks like this. When the demand function and price, here the y is equal to fx is equal to called the demand function, and here x denotes the price because I have to draw the concept regarding x in the terms of I have to write the equation uh, in terms of y or x because in a graph we have two coordinates y and x. That's why I have to put the equation in terms of x or y. Now, also you can draw the supply function. F dash x is equal to uh, 5 bx. You can see it. Here is the supply function. And you can use to set the slider, select it, and change the slider. See this. You can select the slider. Graph will be the chain. Supply function will be the chain. See. You can also select the equilibrium point. That is called intersection point. You can click it. And then you can click it. And then you can select the tool where intersect and by select. And then you can type here, I want to replace the A as for equilibrium point. Then you can select it and right click, then setting. Then here the caption bar, you can type it equilibrium point and use text as captions. Click it. So you can see this equilibrium point. And also you can see this. When the demand curve is shift, then equilibrium point is also shift. When price is changes, then supply curve is changed, then equilibrium point is changed. Is this helpful for the students? Is this helpful for the teachers? Anyone can reply. This tool is interactive. This graph is interactive, dynamic, visualization. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Anyone can reply? Now, you can also select the you can draw the perpendicular line. For this, you can select the tool and then you can select the perpendicular line. You can select it and then click the x-axis. You can select the perpendicular line, then you can select the equilibrium point and then click the y-axis. See, perpendicular line will be drawn. And you can change the line of the graph. You can change the thickness of the line. You can change the color of the line. You can go to the setting. You can change the color. See, you can change the line type and also you can change this line, change the color of this line. And also you can change the thickness of this line. You can select the line and then you can change the thickness of the line. See, and also you can change the color. Now we can take the slider and see this. Our equilibrium point move and graph will be this way. You can see this. Now you can also share or assign to your student, or you can save in your computer, uh, or also your work uh, you can share to your students. Assign, you can see the GeoGebra lesson. Click it, and then you can see the graphic assignment. Create, I think net is slow. Yes, you can see this. You can join our class. You can see this. I have already sent the GeoGebra classroom link in chat box. You can join. Anyone can join and assign the work. And you can also, if anyone can join the work, you can see this. If this name is visible, you can show the names, you can hide the names. This function is available, and so on. You can use the GeoGebra, and also you explore the GeoGebra tool. You, as teachers, our goal is not only to teach, but to empower the students to think critically. When we use tools, students become active participants. They learn by experiencing, visualizing, and questioning. This leads to deeper understanding and stronger retention of the economic concepts. Thus, we can conclude that teaching tools like GeoGebra represent a new age in economics. They make our teaching more effective and our classroom more engaged. They make our teaching more effective. I encourage each one of you try to use these tools in our classroom and integrate them into your economics lessons and observe the change in your students' interest and understanding. Thank you very much. I now welcome your question. Any questions? Over to you, Mr. Ramiz Alam, sir.
Uh, uh, Thank you, Dr. Ranjan, for such a valuable session. Now, yes, if there is any question, please ask frequently. Is there any question? Okay, now I'm going to invite Ms. Sangam Sharma for another valuable session on Desmos. Ms. Sangam is currently working as an academic consultant at CIT and CRT with over 10 years of experience as an assistant professor in teacher education colleges and 2.5 years of teaching experience at the school level. In addition to her teaching career, she has authored multiple research papers in renowned journals and actively participates in national international seminars. Welcome, Ms. Sangam Sharma. Now it's over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramesh, for introducing me so nicely. Good afternoon to one and all present here. In today's subject-specific tool in teaching learning session, we focus on Desmos, how we use Desmos in visualizing the accountancy concepts. So before starting my presentation, I want to share my screen with you all. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, is my screen is visible to all of you?
Uh, Yes, madam, it is
Okay.
visible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Uh, Okay, as we know, accountancy is known as the language of the business because it helps translate a company's financial statement or activities into a meaningful data and enabling decision maker to understand the health and performance of a company. However, understanding accountancy concepts can sometimes it can be abstract, especially when dealing with complex relationship between financial variables. So, in this session, we will see how Desmos application can be used to visualize these abstract accountancy concept and making them more tangible and easier to comprehend. So our session will go like first of all, we are seeing the need for Desmos in modern classroom. After that, we see the introduction to Desmos and feature of Desmos and how can we integrate this application in accountancy subject. After that, we will doing a live demonstration with hands-on activity. So first of all, start with the need of Desmos is the modern classroom, as you see in your screen, as National Education Policy 2020 strongly encourages us to integrate technology in teaching and promote experiential and hands-on learning and shift towards competency-based assessment. With Desmos, students are not just passive learners; they can interact with, we can say, real-time data and which directly support them for experiential to gain experiential learning. And instead of a chalk and talk approach, teacher can use dynamic graphs, sliders, and simulation. These make abstract concept instantly visible and easy to understand. So NEP also talk about application based assessment. In Desmos, student can experiment with variables such such as selling price, units, and depreciation rate. This also impact. This also build problem solving and analytical skill. It also promotes discussion, prediction, and exploration in the class, moving learning away from mechanical formulas towards deeper understanding. And most importantly, Desmos is free to use and work on any desktop and mobile application. So it ensure technology integration without cost barriers, which align perfectly with the equity and access goal of NAP 2020. Now we start what is Desmos. Uh, yeah. Okay, Desmos is a free web-based application that works as an advanced graphical calculator, and it was originally designed for teaching mathematical concept, but today it widely used for data visualization, simulation, and interactive teaching. It has a user-friendly interface where user can easily create, save, and share the graphs for free of cost and only log in on website www.desmos.com, which you see on your screen. And if we talk about the technicality of the Desmos, it is built using modern program a language like TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, which is why it works so smoothly on any browser or device. Desmos also provide us some additional tools like graphing calculator, scientific calculator, four function matrix, geometry, and 3D. If we talk about the main feature of the graphical Desmos graphical interface, which we focus today's presentation. So number one, yeah, first feature is the graphing calculator. We use it to plot algebraic, statistical, and financial functions. Then we have slider, which shows us dynamical change variables and perform what if analyze. As you show in on your screen, the slider is change. The slider is moving. With this help, teacher create critical thinking among the student, so they analyze what happened if the point is change or variable. And then next feature is the list and table. It help in creating tables. By enter data, we can create bar graph, line graph, and scattered plots. Next is the expression cell. Expression cell, you can see we use it to enter formulas and see values automatically calculated. After that, here is the toggle effect, which is the most important feature of this Desmos application. As you know, toggle means the switch between different options. So if we click on the toggle button, which we see in the demonstration, we can appear and disappear any graph or any line. So this allow you to easily compare different functions or hide some graphs to focus another one. Now we move on the next slide. Okay, this is the accountancy education. As you know, accountancy is a subject where we study how to record financial transactions, how to classify them, summarize them, interpret them. This include about financial statement, taxation, auditing, and business regulations. So we have many accountancy software which we use in our classroom or even our business, like Zoho, QuickBook, Zoho, Zero, and Wave, Tally, etc. But these softwares generally help us to record, how to maintain record transactions like journal entries, ledger, invoice, etc. But these tools only focus on the practical skill, which we can say, which can create some we can say कि, these tools are focus on the process, how to record. Students see result without fully understanding the concept behind the numbers, and the repetitive calculation make class monotonous, and student memorize formula instead of understanding the concept. Then the question is arise, how does MOOS help us in overcome these problems? So applying Desmos in accountancy, we can say Desmos transfer accountancy from calculation driven or calculation heavy to concept driven approach. It makes students see and interact with the financial concepts instead of just memorizing them. And the graph shows how values change over time. Sliders let students adjust cost, sale, rate of depreciation, and instantly see the impact. Student can explore, predict, and verify outcomes instead of passively copying notes. Student focus shift from rote calculation to analyzing, interpreting, and analyze the concept, applying the concept in their real life. So here are some accountancy concepts, accountancy topics which can be effectively taught with the help of Desmos application. These are the ratio analysis, income statements, trend analysis, depreciation method, etc. So let we move on how to use Desmos graphing calculator in accountancy classroom. So the very first, you can open any browser and go to the www.desmos.com. After that, you can click on the graphing calculator and create your new graph by typing expression in the expression bar. After that, you name your own graph, and you can just save it with your students with the permalinks. And if you want to save your data in the cloud-based system, you need to log in the Desmos application. So now we move to the live demonstration and hands-on activity. So I just start with the hands-on activity. Okay. Uh, is my screen is visible?
Yes, madam, it is visible.
Okay. Okay, now you can type on your Google search bar www.desmos.com, or you can just type simple Desmos. Here you see the first option, very first option, that is the Desmos Beautiful Free Maths. Click on it. And here is the Desmos application open, where you see many things like it is a maths tools. So how, where we can use this like a graphing calculator, a scientific calculator, for function, test practice also be done here, matrix calculation, etc. But we are focused on the integration of the Desmos application to teach accountancy concepts. So we move to open graphing calculator. So click on open graphing calculator tab. Now you see the whole interface of the Desmos application. Now let's explore one by one. As you can see, the screen is divided into two major parts. One is the graph part, we can say the graphing area, and second is one is the expression bar. Here you can see a plus button, that is the add item button. When you click on it, you have many options like expression, notes, table, inference, folder, and images. We can explore one by one when we doing hands-on activity. Here are redo and undo button. You can move forward and backward when you need it to show graph to your students. Here is the hide expression list. When you click on it, whole screen showing graph, and when you click it on again, then your screen is divided into two parts. One is the graphing area and second is the expression bar. And after that, we see this the edit list button. We can use it to edit anything in our graph which we see in hands-on activity. After that, you can see on the right hand side of the top bar, there is a share graph. When you click on it, you can share your work with your students with the share snapshot, which provide you a permalink which you share with your student, and they can see your work and they can also changes in that work. And export image, you can export your work image, and print option also there. You can print your whole work and you can show it in classroom with your students. And next to this button, share button, we have help button. We can use it when we need it. And after that, there is a circle which look like earth. This is the language button. We can change language on the Desmos as we need. And after that, at the end of the Desmos application, there is a tool button. Again, we can switch any one feature which provide Desmos to us, like graphical calculation, scientific calculation, etc. And very important part of this Desmos is the graph setting. You can set here from here your graph, like arrows provide करना है कि नहीं, x axis and y axis, how to plot the number, how many step, how to label them. We can use it. And this is the zoom in and zoom out button. You can pressing this button, you can zoom in and zoom out your graph. So let's start a demonstration. This is the hands-on activity. You all also can do it with me on your system. Just type simply Google in Google search Desmos, and click on the graphical tool. You can land on this page. So here is the question which we use in our today's demonstration. So as you know, we are aware about the depreciation is the reduction in the value of any assets over the time due to wear and tear, due to obsolescence or age. So we will visualize how an assets loss value each year, which will help us understand different method of calculating depreciation. So here is a question which I take from NCRT book, and I did some manipulation in it. Like I choose one question, and we can calculate depreciation two methods in a single question. That is the straight line method and the value written down value method. So when you click on the expression bar, so first we read the question. There is a question like a company purchased machinery on 1st of April 2024, rupees 50,000. The estimate useful life of the machinery is the 5 year, and the residual value of the machine is the 5,000. That is the scrap value. And the rate of the depreciation under the written down value method will be the 40% per annum. So we can calculate straight line method and written down value method from this question. So very first in your expression bar, write cost equal to, which is given 50,000. Then press enter. When you press enter, one more expression bar is comes. So I choose C symbol for cost and write it 50,000. Again enter. There, that next value we has residual value. Residual value, we also call it the scrap value. It is the 5,000. we give symbol it as like for scrap value, that is the 5,000. Okay, next is the useful life of the machinery or assets. This is given us 5 year, so we can let assume it T for type, that is the 5. Okay, now we go on the plus side and choose a folder. This folder we use to organize our data. So here we are using straight line method. So now we calculate the straight line method when we use straight line method when we calculate depreciation. As you know, in straight line method, every year we charge equal depreciation, which is annual depreciation. The formula of the annual depreciation is bracket, then cost minus scrap value or residual value, bracket close, then divide by useful life and bracket close. This is the formula of the calculate depreciation from straight line value method. So we calculate it. Let's assume annual depreciation is D equal to, our cost is 50,000 minus residual value is the 5,000, bracket close, divide by useful life, that is 5 year, bracket close. You can see Desmos gives us the value of depreciation for the which we charge annually, that is the 9,000. So now we are calculate book value end of every year. So here is the formula of the book value, that is the book value end of an year equal to cost minus bracket annual depreciation into number of year. Okay, so we put the value in this equation. Let us assume that is the B1 book value for the 1 year. After 1 year, cost is the 50,000 minus bracket start annual depreciation is 9,000 9,000 into, we are calculating book value for the first year, then we enter 1 at the place of the number of year. So after using the machinery or assets 1 year, and we calculate the straight line value, its value comes 41,000. Similarly, we calculate book value of the assets after using 2 year. The formula is same, 50,000 minus depreciation into year. So it will comes 32,000. After that, we use the value of the assets after using 3 year. Similarly, for the fourth year, and for the fifth year. As you see, Desmos calculator calculate it for you within 1 second. Now, We can insert these all values in a table. So we go on add button and choose table. Here you see we have two column table X and Y. X is our years, so we put year 1 to 5, and here we put our cost. When we purchase the machinery, its value is 50,000, so we put 50,000 here. After using 1 year, its value become 41,000. Then 32,000, then 23,000, 1,400, 14,000, and 5,000. As you see, when I put the values on the table, on the graph side, graph area, some dots are plotted automatically. So this is how Desmos help you in convert accounts problems or accountancy questions into a graph. So here I want to draw a line on which join these points. For that, I have two options. Number one,
Miss Sangam, sorry to interrupt you.
yes,
Only
sir.
10 minutes are left to close this group.
Okay, give me just few minutes. So for we can go on very first option, that is the equation. So we type y minus, as you know, straight line method follow linear equation. So I prepare the equation, that is the 9,000 into x minus plus the value of the asset, that is the 50,000. Now you see a line is come on the graph. After that, I want to naming this equation or this line. We use here we use function, as Desmos work on functions only. So we put my this equation in fx values, and I give it the name a bracket a comma f bracket a. Okay, now you see here is the option comes, that is the add slider, that is the a. I want to label it like straight line method. This is the straight line balance. And one, I want to plot a line on a slider on this line, and this graph is from 0 to 5. So I choose my slider after the 5 points. So I choose 6. Now when I play it, you can see the straight line balance graph is moving on the line. Similarly, we do the written down value method. So as we know, written down value method is also known as the diminishing value method, where depreciation is reduced in a percentage which is given in the question, that is the 40%. And that when we use the depreciation formula here, this is the opening book value into percentage of rate. So we use the formula. I choose D1 for depreciation after the 1 year. This is the 50,000 into 40 divided by 100, that is the 40%. As you see on the expression bar, Desmos calculated for hours, that is the 20,000. Now we calculate the closing value after the 1 year. So here is the formula of the closing value, that is the opening book value minus depreciation. So our opening book value is the 50,000 minus depreciation. We calculate 20,000. It comes 30,000. Similarly, we do it for others. Then D2, that is the depreciation for the second year. As we use the formula, our value is the 30,000 into 40%. So depreciation is comes 12. We calculate closing value of the assets after second year, that is 30,000 minus depreciation, which comes 12,000. It comes 18. Similarly, we do it for all our years. Okay, now we plot this equation on graph. So we use table. $50,000 for the first year. After using 1 year, the value of the machinery is the 30,000, then 18,000. After that, 10,800, then 6,480, and at the last it was 48. Okay, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you can see here is okay. Now you can see on the graph the written down value points are also visible. Again, I use an equation to make a line joining these values. As you know, when we use the written down value method, this is the exponential equation. And now you can observe on the graph, the written down value curve is the written down value curve. It is differ from the straight line value curve. Now you give the name this curve also, like first one I give the name straight line balance. You can give second line is the diminishing value method. As we have the less time, so I quickly recap the session. Like you observe the graph. There are the two lines. Red one is for the straight line balance method, and black one for the written down value method. And in the straight line method, if you observe in the straight line value method, the depreciation is fixed for all years. That is the 9,000, but the graph is comes downward. And in the written down value method, the depreciation amount is based on a fixed percentage of the assets current value. This means that the depreciation will be higher in the first few years and gradually decrease from the other years. So you can see you can choose between the two method, which method is best for our company, that is straight line method or it will be written down value method. It is depend on the company's financial and tax strategy. For example, straight line method is best for the assets values, which assets that provide consistent long-term values or utility over the time. For example, building, office furniture, leasehold property, assets, intellectual assets, etc. And if we talk about the written down value method, this method is best for the assets that lose value quickly or become obsolete faster. For example, computer, electronic items, machinery, equipment, vehicles, mobile phone, tools, and manufacturing assets, etc. So if you done with your graph, you can share it with your student. You can go on the share button, share a snapshot. It will give you permalink. You can copy this permalink and you can share it with your student via Google Classroom, WhatsApp, email, etc. And student will see your work and they can reply or they can change the value on this graph. So this is all about my site. Is there any query you can ask, please?
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for such a valuable session. Uh, if you have any query to any participants, please ask frequently.